Hey everybody, another episode of At Home with Robbie. So today we're going to go over how to install a vanity cabinet. So the first thing is to get the vanity cabinet to the right size and decide where it's going to go. So we decided that we're going to line it up right on the edge of this line and keep it straight across over here. It's about 3 feet, so it'll line up good with the tile. The next thing is to measure from the floor to see where you need to drill the holes for your drain and your supply lines for your sink. Take a step back and you put shims on there to get every bit of it level. You need it to be level side to side. You need it to run straight up and down with this. So as you can see, after shimming it on this side, looks pretty good right across there. And then you come and put your level across the top. That's good enough. After you do all that, you're ready to put your countertop on.
Robbie, what are you doing today, sir?
I'm getting ready to cut a countertop, sir.
Isn't that pretty easy to mess up? I mean, what do you got all that clamp on that thing for?
Well, you got a clamp, measure 1.5 inches or the 1.5 inches between here and the edge of your blade. You know you can't go wrong.
Well, what happens if it cracks off this side over here and messes up on the other side? Why are you cutting it from the back side when you're looking at the wrong side that you're going to be seeing?
Well, your blade spins this way, so all the burrs will be down when you go to put the countertop on. It won't bust up the laminate edge.
Ooh, that's a great idea. I wish that everybody knew how to do that so we wouldn't have to put all that glue and stuff on there and make it look pretty again. That's a wonderful job. Well, could you show us how to do this?
I will. I actually learned how to do this from an old Indian when I was in the Navy.
That must have been a smart Indian. Got to have a new man in the tree. Would you come over here, sir? We need an extra hand to keep this thing from splintering off the end. That's one thing when you have to learn from professionals. Don't let that thing drop on its own, it'll crack the face of it. So if he'll just grab a hold of the back side and hold it from falling off. On that end, sir. Thank you, sir. I'm glad you've come along at this time today.
Yeah. Are we ready now?
I think we are, sir. Are you ready? Awesome job there. So what's your name, sir? You're coming in off the street. What are you doing up in this part of the country, man? We sure are lucky you come along today. Thank you so much. Here, the cabinet you cut off is beautiful. That fits just like a glove. But I see a little strip of wood under this edge on this side that wasn't on there previously. What is that piece of wood on there for?
Well, when we cut our cabinet off, we allowed overhang. We have what are called end cap pieces. They're the same laminate material as the countertop, and they fit right on the edge here to make it look like it's one solid piece, whether you cut it off or not. So what we've done with this is we put some wood glue on the back side, and we started here, the short nails that come with it. And when you turn this way, after you cut it to length, to make sure that you're not going to have any hanging below the strip that you're going to put on there, you just gently tack it in place in 3 or 4 places to hold it on there, and you're ready to go to put your end cap on there to make one seamless laminate countertop.
That was going to look beautiful. We're going to set a finished result. Would you show us how to put one of them on, please, sir?
Absolutely. So as you can see, I have the 3 nails started. I have the glue already in place. I hold the straight side down, get it right where I want it in place, smooth this side down so it'll be the cleanest finish with that straight laminate strip. Just tack it in place. Being careful not to hit the countertop. That's all there is to it.
That's going to be beautiful. Now could you show us how you fit that end strip, please, sir?
With this end strip, Make sure that you have the correct one.
All right.
And this end strip slides right down on here with a little bit of trimming and a clothing iron. You iron this piece on there for your finished product.
Wow. Would you show us how to trim that little bit off the end of that thing?
So to cut this off, when you buy it, this comes all as one piece. Well, since we had to cut the back off for what's called the backsplash, we knew we wouldn't need this piece. So we cut this piece off. Now that we only have this piece left, we know that it's still too long. The most accurate way to finish this up is to turn it upside down and put it this way. So now that we have it here, this is touching the back, giving us our exact length with the front of the cabinet. And me personally, I always think it's more accurate to mark it than it is to measure it, because there's too many things that could go wrong when you're measuring, or you can forget the measurement. So I come over here and I make one straight mark along the front edge of my countertop here on the back of this piece, and with these snips you can make one accurate cut. Now that we have an accurate mark, take these snips and make one straight cut, remembering to leave the line because you can file it down later. And now you have a piece for one seamless laminate countertop.
Ooh, that looked like it folded around the corner there, Mr. Meyer.
Well, thank you, sir.
Beautiful job, beautiful job. Now, how do you get that to stay on there?
With a clothing iron, iron this on there for the formica to bond together.
Ooh, that's a great idea. No glue, no mask, no fuss.
Absolutely.
That's wonderful.
So after fitting our ends, before we put them on there, we flip it over. Using what sink you have, knowing what you have ahead of time, we mark this sink for right where we need to cut it. Normally you'd use a jigsaw, and we don't have one of those today, so instead we use a Milwaukee hacksaw. So we've cut about 3/4 of this out, so I need one person to hold this from the bottom so that it doesn't snap. Now I'm going to continue to follow the line, cutting from the back side once again, because as the blade pulls, the blade cuts as it pulls to make sure that we don't have any splintering of this laminate edge. Carefully following the line, I'm going to finish this cut, and you're going to watch as another person holds it so it doesn't snap off from the bottom side. And that right there is how you cut the perfect hole to fit your sink. We have our laminate top cut out now. After lining it back up, even with our edges, we're going to test and see if it works. Going to carefully place the top back on there. And look at that. That's as good as any top you could buy at Lowe's. Alright, this is your video. I'm going to explain what I'm doing in English, and then I'm going to say it in Spanish so you can practice. So this is Teflon tape. You use this to stop leaks. Esa cinta se llama Teflon y se usa así no está liqueando cuando se conecta. You got to put it on in the right direction. Tiene que ponerlo en la dirección correcta. Alright, so I got this on there. Now, these lines we're going to connect just like this. Esa línea conectamos así.
Now, Robbie, explain why are you building this cabinet upside? Why are you building this sink upside down?
All right, it's always easier to put these things on sitting on top of the cabinet, I believe, because your alternative is once you put this sink in place and you caulk or fasten it down, you have to do all this laying on your back in this dark cabinet.
How do you say that in Spanish?
All right, and for you, yo lo hago así porque creo que está más fácil a ponerlo cuando está a ese lado arriba que cuando está en la otra dirección y se pone pegamento abajo y tiene que trabajar de aquí en su espalda cuando no está mucha luz. Mr. Long is doing one of my old Indian tricks. So we have this hole there that clearly does not belong. And over here we have a piece just like this. So this is going to fill in there, and this extra paper is going to cover the holes on all sides. Screw holes and everything. And when Mr. Long gets done with his mudding, and this is sanded, you'll never know there was a hole there.
That's awesome.
That is awesome, Bill. Here we are back with our vanity project, and we are done for the day. The only thing that we have left is to iron these pieces on there. We have our top set in there, faucet attached, drain hooked up, and everything that we have is ready to go. And always remember to leave the mark.
Because you can file it later.
Because you can file it later. We're gonna add that. So now that we have our hole cut, put our laminate top back on, line it up.
He said stop.
Never why you got the back on the blade. Pulls up this way.
I'll let it have that.
Whatever.
So after fitting our ends,